Well, hi everybody. Thank you for joining us today on this episode of Suspenders Unbuttoned Podcast. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Julie, and we're excited to be talking with Lachlan Quarmby and Katie Stevens.
Hi.
Hello.
Thank you.
Hi.
Well, we're so excited to talk about Providence Falls today. It's a really delightful series of movies, and we enjoyed it. So I'm curious about what viewers can expect about the dynamic between your two characters, Cora and Liam.
Well, that's quite the dynamic. There's a lot going on there. There's a lot of frustration, a lot of things not being said, but at the core of it all, there is a deep longing, knowing love that maybe transcends time, and there's some barriers in between that love coming out. Let's say that.
I mean, I agree. It's a story about two people that fall in love and destiny says that they are not meant for one another. So they decide to reincarnate them and try to meddle in what they think the appropriate destiny for my character Cora should be. And that proves a difficult task for Liam when he has to try to get the love of his life to fall in love with another man.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes for a great story.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
And story, this is not just a one movie story. This is a 3-part series. Are we calling it a mini series?
It's a good question. We're not really sure what to call it.
Okay.
Trilogy, maybe.
Yeah.
Special.
I've called it a trilogy just because I think about like other books that have turned into movie adaptations, but it's a 3-part special event because it is 3 movies all having to do with the same story and continuing that.
Yeah, I love that. And you were talking about a little bit of time travel, so it moves between contemporary and historical period. How did you guys like being able to move between the 2 time periods?
It's the best. It's so fun. I mean, going back to doing like 1844 time period, we're in authentic costume like that they have over in the UK when we were filmed in Ireland. So they have these like really authentic pieces of clothing. You're filming outside of actual castles that have been there since 1600s or something. A lot of pinch me moments. It was really cool to jump back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, it's always been on my bucket list for my career that I wanted to do a period piece, but I've also wanted to do romance. I've wanted to do the cop show, and this was kind of all of those things in one.
Yeah, it definitely has all those things in one. So let's talk about how there's also a mystery aspect. So the mystery, how does that impact your characters?
I mean, I would say, for Cora present day, because she doesn't have any of her memories of Ireland. So for Cora, being really good at her job, catching the bad guys, making sure, especially since she's just recently been promoted to detective, she wants to really prove herself. And then she has an unconventional partner. What was the word they used? Unorthodox.
Unorthodox.
A partner that's a bit unorthodox. And that proves to be difficult for her. And I think initially she doesn't really understand why. And then as she starts to fall for him, things get a little muddy.
We always love a little bit muddy.
Yeah.
Because then there's story to tell, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Right. So what Hallmark fans are very used to kind of a set way movie of the week will flow out. And with a 3-part series, what makes Providence Falls unique compared to other Hallmark experiences?
Question. I think the telling a story over 3 stages just means that you can do each stage to the detail that you would want to do it. Like, especially for a story that is as complex as this, like it's not a real simple thing to talk about soulmates or to talk about love across the ages or love triangles and how complex they can be, where there's no real bad choice or anything. It's just kind of what's better. So doing it in 3 parts means that you can really focus on telling each part and giving each bit its full scope and justice. So maybe if Hallmark fans like that structure, now they're just getting like a juicier, deeper version of that structure.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that's also when we signed on to it, I think one of the things was they were talking about how they want to make this an elevated experience for Hallmark audiences. And I think traditionally with Hallmark, people are used to seeing, the movie of the week, and they're used to seeing a certain kind of story where they can sort of predict what's going to happen in a way. And I think that's why people love Hallmark, because people love to watch things and feel good and know the kind of ending that they're getting. And I think you do get all of that, but we do take you on a roller coaster ride in the process. And I just think the way that they set out to film it, the way they lit it, the places we got to shoot, it was really, really cinematic. And so I always love when people are like, I didn't feel like I was watching a Hallmark movie. And I'm like, we kind of set out to do that, to make it a little different, to show that like Hallmark can compete with all the rest of these streamers with the content that they're churning out.
Yeah, I think that elevated and juicy are actually the perfect words to describe these, because does feel like an elevated experience, and we get more time to play, so we get juicier scenes. It's not quite so wrapped up so neatly, within 60 minutes or so. But so what part of making these films impacted you the most personally?
I mean, I would say that with each job that I have, I'm kind of similar to Cora, like wanting to listen to my intuition and fight for the things that matter to me, within the scope of what I know we're trying to achieve. And so it was just a wonderful collaborative experience with Hallmark, with the producers, with Lachlan and the cast, to just kind of be able to tell this story, to push the envelope in places, and again with the goal of making something that felt different and elevated for Hallmark. But I think just trusting that, like, if I give an idea or something, that it will be listened to or received. It just kind of gave me more of a confidence to be able to like speak up and give ideas and collaborate on those ideas with my fellow actors and crew members and directors.
Yeah, I love that, especially when you're doing three full movies. You're doing a lot of footage and filming so many things, and it's such a unique experience with the time travel pieces to it. Hallmark has a time travel show called The Way Home, and they have a pond they jump in, and I don't think there'll be a pond, or there's probably not a DeLorean in sight to get into the car. Is there a unique way to take us through the ages, or just something very Providence Falls like?
Well, in Providence Falls, it's less time travel than it is reincarnation.
Yeah.
So this is a story about reincarnation, because these souls existed in Ireland in 1844, but the angels want to correct some of their fates. Okay. So they've kind of pulled us all out of limbo, placed us in present day. Most of us, they've reincarnated with only present day memories, except for Liam, who he remembers the whole past.
Liam's got all.
Well, you wish there was a DeLorean.
I really wish there was a DeLorean. Oh, but I'd settle for a pond to jump into. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A nice
you get a lake. You get to jump in a lake.
We do jump in a lake at one point.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so can you tell us a behind the scenes moment that really stuck with you? Maybe something that was just funny or something that went wrong?
Good question. Do you have one off the top of your head?
Maybe you saying one will spark something.
Maybe me saying one will spark something. I mean, hanging out with the cast, it sounds fake, but like I genuinely made some of the best friends on this cast. They put together a really, really talented group of people who were also lovely people at their core. There was a couple of nights where we went out and did some karaoke. Once in Dublin and once back in Vancouver, and I'd say those will stick with me. The bits that I can remember will stick with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Now we need to know your
I would
karaoke
have,
song.
sorry, I
Now
would
we
have
need
the
to know
same
your
answer.
karaoke. Sorry, Katie.
Sorry, I said I would have the same answer about like my favorite behind the scenes moment, but I said I would bring this up.
Oh no.
One of my favorite things, so Lachlan and I we've been able to watch all of the movies, but we were too nervous to like watch them alone. So we Zoomed each other and we like watched it together. And the first thing I caught in movie one, can you see me? Oh, uh-oh. I didn't have it on Do Not Disturb. Can you see it? Okay, there we go.
There we go.
One of the things was when he enters the pub, when he sees Boyd and he enters the pub, he hits his head when he's stepping down. And no one else will notice that, but I said, Lachlan, did you just hit your head? And we had to rewind it, and he does when he steps down to talk to Boyd in the pub. You see Lachlan hit his head because no one was as tall as him in 1844 in those old Irish pubs that we were shooting in.
I remembered that on the day, and I thought to myself, they won't use that take, but there you go. So Suspenders Unbuttoned fans will be watching for when I walk into that old Irish pub that was originally a stable until they turned it into a pub. I'll have you know.
There you
back
go.
in Ireland, it was
horses are not your height.
Very low ceiling. I don't know.
All right, well, that is a great Easter egg.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right. We'll absolutely be looking for that. And is there anything that you how did it make you feel like when you're filming these? How does this feel to you personally to film this series?
Really proud, actually. Yeah, I was quite proud of maybe not just like myself, but the efforts that everybody put in. I think you can see that like when you're making something, you can't really tell if it's going to be good. At least I can't anyway. And so all you can go off is like how much love people are putting in. And right from the top all the way down, like through the whole cast and crew, everybody turned up every day on this and was really trying to make something that people are going to enjoy, that the fans are going to enjoy, and we always had that at the forefront of our mind. So I think pride would be like the one thing that I would say.
Yeah, I echo that. I mean, I do feel like you still do get like a feeling when you're filming something as to whether or not it's going to be something good or it's going to be special. And it's an interesting thing to be an actor because you get paired with these people, you're with them for so many hours a day, every single day for months on end. And it's like you've gone to like the best summer camp of your life, and you like leave with such close friendships, best friendships. And then you just kind of have to wait until you like give that experience over to the fans and just like hope they receive it in the way that it was intended, which is with so much love and with so much effort and pride. And yeah, we all worked really hard on it and we loved making it and getting to do it together. So it's really exciting that people are gonna get to watch it and fall in love with these characters just like we did.
Yeah, something tells me these will be very well received. I know this is kind of an overdone question, but if you could share maybe a word or two with the fans to kind of describe the movies or tease the movies a bit to get them to watch, what would you say?
Ooh, we could give one word answers of like scenes that we loved.
Yes.
Yeah, go.
Okay. My word for movie one, I'll say zipper.
Yes, that would be my word too.
I'll say zipper.
Yeah.
You go ahead.
I'll say ball for movie one.
That would be up there with me. Those are kind of one and the same. Yeah, okay, never mind. I know what you're saying. Yep, different ball. Movie two, I will say lake.
Lake is hard to beat. I will say
you could say the same one if lake is yours as well.
I'll mix it up. Yeah, well, lake is my one, but I'll say angels. Movie two.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Movie three. I have two. I'll say chair.
Okay.
Chair. And I'll say waterfall.
Okay, well, chair is one, and then I'll say, oh, how do I not give it away? Remember.
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 Okay.
These are a lot of
Birthday.
words.
A lot of words. A lot of words for people.
It was fantastic though. Well, thank you for joining us to talk about Providence Falls, a 3-week series, possibly a mini series.
There you go.
Or trilogy.
Event.
Event. Let's go with event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you tell everybody where to follow you on social media?
Oh, I am on Instagram, the Katie Stevens.
I'm also mostly on Instagram, LachDQ, LACHDQ.
Perfect. And we'll tag you in those. Well, thank you so much. It's been lovely to talk with you and to meet you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
likewise.
Julie, Sarah,
Thank you.
pleasure.
Thank you.